Alright, um, welcome into this video um, that I'm going to title News, for lack of a better title. So, without further ado, Jimmy, hit the theme music. Alright, folks, welcome to News. Uh, we are inside of a week till what is going to be the social event of the season. Well, it's probably the second biggest social event of the season. I'm talking, of course, about the wedding of Sarah Murphy and Zachary Pearson. Uh, that's on August 17th. So yeah, and then of course the bigger social event was the birth of the royal baby. Um, anyways, okay, moving on to other news. In sports, for the second year in a row, uh, nobody got inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. That has not happened where they've had that 2 years in a row for quite a long time. Um, Most of it is because of the stain of steroids and PSDs in professional baseball. Um, okay, here's my thing on um, celebrity scandals and all of that. Um, okay, I don't get. A part of me doesn't understand why we hold our celebrities up to higher standards than everybody else. I mean, okay, yeah, they get the same punishments for the same crimes, but it's like, if an average Joe went out and did the same thing as Anthony Weiner, nobody would give a shit. Pardon my French. But that's true. Um, or if an average Joe went out and got all roided up or got all, uh, you know, on PSDs, nobody would give a hoot. Um, so, and, I kind of understand why we hold them up to a higher standard, because we need role models and all that, but it's kind of unfair, right? If average Joes are allowed to do it, then um, celebrities should be allowed to do it, right? You know, I mean, as long as it's within the law. I'd understand if they do something that's against the law, they should get penalized for it. But, anyways, that's my whole thing. And as far as uh, when we're talking about celebrities and extramarital stuff, um, in my opinion, um, human beings are not meant to be monogamous. We're right now we're kind of like in the majority of the world we're kind of serial monogamists, you know. That is, we'll be monogamous with one person for a while, and then when we get bored, we move on to another person. I think in a more modern definition of marriage, uh, it should be open. As long you can sit down with your significant other and write out um, the rules for having an open relationship. Um, as long as it's consensual and it's agreed upon, then I think open marriage is fine. Um, you know, but where the controversy comes from is if you do it behind your back of the spouse and he doesn't know about it. that's where the controversy is. And but anyways, that's enough on that. Um, this weekend we had the NFL Hall of Fame induction. Um, Several of those guys were inducted on their first ballot, so good for them. And let's see, it was I can't think of his name. The coach. I think it was Bill Parcells. Yeah, he's in there. He's good. He had a good speech. I liked his speech. He had a good metaphor about how life is like a locker room, and a locker room is a good uh, microcosm, if you will, for society at large because you got all kinds of things going on in there. And so, yeah. Um, More in sports, A Rod or Alex Rodriguez is going to be sus- possibly suspended for the rest of this year, and partial um, so yeah, but he's gonna fight that suspension, so and he can still play during that suspension. So anyways, yeah, and his teammates, Derek Jeter is injured, so he'll be out for a few games. Anyways, yeah, so I think if I were if I were Bud Siegel, the head of the NBA, or excuse me, the head of MLB, I would say to A Rod, look, you did steroids, PSDs once. You said you weren't going to do it again. Now your name's come up in this other scandal. That's it, man. You're banned for life, buddy. I'm sorry. Um, on the other hand, if I were Alex Rodriguez, I wouldn't fight it. I would take the 50 game suspension or whatever it is and just um, deal with it. Unfortunately, I think if he takes the suspension, he doesn't get paid during the suspension, which I think is wrong. Um, I just think that's wrong. You should still get, but other people think that that's the right thing. Other people probably think that that's justified. Um, Anyways, yeah. Um, X Games Los Angeles concluded this weekend on Sunday. And on Sunday, they had the Pro Football Hall of Fame game between Miami and Dallas. Dallas beat Miami. Um, Anyways, this is the last year that X Games will be in Los Angeles, which is sad. Next year, they'll be moving to Austin, Texas. They're still going to have all the other locations that they had this year, but they're going to have Austin instead of LA. So that might be interesting. I don't understand why they want to do this X Games World Tour thing. Um, I think it was better when they just had two events, summer, winter. Um, but I guess they're trying to make themselves um, I guess they're trying to make themselves look more like the Dew Tour or Street League um, Tour. So, anyways, yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool because the locations are all different and everything. But, anyways, yeah. Um, And so this was the last weekend for the Great Oregon Steam Up out in Brooks, Oregon. If you didn't get out there, um, I would suggest you go on, check their website, and find out what other events they got going on. I think in the last weekend of August they have the truck show going on. Again, that website is Brooks. I think it no, it's www.antiquepowerland.com, and you'll find a link on there to their Facebook page and their YouTube channel. I suggest you check that out. So yeah, okay, moving on to the next segment. My next segment is um, I wasn't gonna do this, but I guess nah. I'll I'll skip it. I'll cut it. Maybe I'll put it in some other time. But anyways, um, yeah. I want this week. I want to get out and see the movie Kings of Summer, and I want to try and get out and see the Way Way Back. Um, and I'm working on a plan to do a review, a product review of the Lenovo Yoga IdeaPad, which I've had for like 6 or 7 months now. Um, it's what I used with to do some of the webcam stuff. Um, and I'm selling. I'm trying to sell my camera. Um, it's a Canon PowerShot SXI 120 IS, 10 times megapixel, or 10 times optical zoom and 10.0 megapixel, and you can shoot stills and video, and um, has a built-in flash. Along with that, I've got the camera bag. So you get the camera bag, the SD memory cards, and the camera itself. Um, that's all for $50 or $100. So $50 to $100 on that. Anyways, yeah, you can like me on Facebook, and click the like button for the video. If you like this one, please subscribe to my channel. Um, so that's Carrie Peck at Facebook.com, and you can like me on there. I may or may not like you back, but you can see all the stuff that I do on there, and all the stuff I like on there. And anyways, you can come to my channel, see all. I think you can come to my channel and you'll see all the channels that I like. Um, Maybe like those two. Um, you know, Click the subscribe button if you like this video and any of the other ones. Um, and then make sure you go up to manage my subscriptions, and in there check the box that says yes, I want to receive email updates when this person uploads a new video. That way you can see the new videos that I've got automatically, so you know. Um, yeah, and you can post your comments below the videos. um, I'll leave it open so you can post video comments if you want. Just be polite and adult, and no foul language and all that stuff. Please don't criticize me or other people for their bad use of the English language. We're not all great spellers, and we're not all, you know, good with the English language. I mean, unless you're an English professor at Harvard or Yale or something, please don't criticize me on my spelling or anybody else. We want to keep the comments constructive and friendly and not destructive. I know it's easy to be an internet bully. I'm sure I'm guilty of it, but I don't use foul language. Anyways, yeah, not only do I not like it, but I'm sure that there's other people that don't like seeing it on here or on Facebook, and I'm sure that they would complain to Facebook or YouTube about you, and you don't want that because they be able to post comments anymore, and you might get kicked off of Facebook or YouTube, and I know you wouldn't like that. Um, anyways, yeah, feel free to tell your friends about this YouTube channel and Facebook, all that stuff. Alright, I'll see you. Oh, I'll probably have a video about this wedding and all the stuff that goes on that week. Um, just to recap that stuff. Because it'll probably be the most formal that I have to be at a wedding because I'm actually in the wedding party. So, anyways, yeah.